The day began under the Bodhi tree, its branches shading the Buddha and his gathered disciples in serene silence. The Buddha, seated cross-legged on the ground, turned his gaze towards me, his eyes filled with infinite compassion. "Imagine the sound of water flowing," he began, his voice steady, resonant, and as calming as a gentle stream. "The stream does not choose where it flows. It touches all, whether stone, earth, or living things," he continued. "The essence of compassion is like this stream, not confined, not selective, but ever flowing in all directions." As he spoke, the morning breeze carried the scent of blossoms, mingling with the distant hum of life awakening. He gestured to the disciples, his fingers tracing a circle in the air, inviting us into the rhythm of his words. "Compassion is a resonance," he said, "a sound that vibrates through the soul, uniting us with all living beings." A young disciple, trembling with curiosity, asked, "Master, how can we create this sound of compassion you speak about?" The Buddha smiled gently, his calm presence soothing the young man's evident eagerness and apprehension. "Through awareness, dear one," he replied, "through understanding and an unwavering intention to lessen the suffering of others." He motioned for us to follow him as he rose, walking softly towards the edge of the clearing. There, a woman sat alone, her face streaked with tears, clutching a bundle tightly to her chest. The Buddha approached her with an aura of tranquility, his footsteps silent yet purposeful, his energy calming the space. He knelt beside her, saying, "Sister, the weight you carry is not for you alone. Let us share it." The woman, startled, looked at him with eyes clouded by grief, her words caught in the silence of her pain. The Buddha hummed, a low and steady note, resonating deep, matching the rhythm of the earth beneath us. Slowly, her breathing aligned with his hum, her body no longer rigid, as though the sound soothed her spirit. She spoke, her voice trembling, "My child is gone, and my heart breaks with the emptiness left behind." The Buddha replied, "All things in this world are transient. Love and loss are rivers flowing in the same stream." She stared at him, her tears still flowing but her gaze softened, as though clarity touched her sorrow. "What can I do with this pain?" she asked, her voice no longer edged with despair, but seeking understanding. "Channel it," the Buddha said, "into compassion, into the resonance of kindness that can heal the wounds of others." She placed her hand on her heart, her fingers brushing against the fabric covering her chest as if seeking something. "You have within you," the Buddha continued, "the capacity to transform grief into a melody of empathy and understanding." The disciples watched in silence, their breaths synced with the scene unfolding like notes in a quiet composition. I stood still, absorbing the profound simplicity of his teachings, each word sinking deeper into the well of my soul. "Let us all," the Buddha said, turning back to us, "carry the song of compassion wherever we go." The woman touched the ground before him, her hands trembling, her posture of gratitude eclipsing her earlier despair. "Master," I whispered later, "how does such a simple act carry so much power?" "Because the act is pure," he said, "and purity resonates. It amplifies itself within the hearts of those who receive it." His words left an echo in my thoughts, like ripples widening across the surface of a serene pond. "The sound of compassion is the universe reminding itself of its interconnectedness," he added, his gaze reaching the horizon. We returned to our place beneath the Bodhi tree, carrying the experience like a sacred note in a silent symphony. The teachings of that day did not end when the Buddha stopped speaking. They lingered in our hearts and actions. Each sound, each vibration of thought, emotion, or voice, he taught, is an invitation to align with the great harmony. The lesson of the stream, the woman, and the hum became more than a memory. It became our practice. With every breath and word, the Buddha reminded us, We shape the universe and its melody of interconnected compassion. As dusk settled, the air around the Bodhi tree seemed to hum with a presence that transcended human understanding. Each of us sat in silent meditation, the resonance of the teachings reverberating within the stillness of the evening. The day's wisdom remained, unspoken yet deeply felt, as though the world itself had joined in the Buddha's song. Another day, another journey began under the vast expanse of the sky, where nature and humanity intertwined in harmony. The Buddha walked among his disciples, his serene presence offering solace amid the bustling chaos of a crowded village. Sounds of merchants, animals, and people reverberated, weaving a tapestry of life's complexities and contradictions in the air around them. In the midst of this cacophony, a woman wept, her sorrow piercing through the overwhelming noise of the market. The Buddha approached her, his steps light as feathers, his eyes filled with compassion and understanding. Yet silent strength, he knelt beside her, his voice a gentle ripple in the ocean of sound, asking softly, "Why does your heart ache?" She looked at him, tears flowing like rivers, and said, "My husband is gone, leaving our family broken and lost." The Buddha remained silent for a moment, his presence calming, the noise seeming to recede around them in quiet reverence. "Dear one," he said, "in loss, we must seek the melody of resilience, woven into the fabric of existence itself." His disciples observed, their own hearts moved by the interplay of profound sorrow and the Buddha's unwavering compassion. Sound mirrors life, the Buddha continued. It is a wave, unending, carrying both harmony and discord, resilience and despair. His words resonated, like echoes on the wind, reaching not only the woman but all who lingered in the marketplace. The woman asked, "But how do I find the melody when all I hear is sorrow's deafening chorus?" The Buddha said, "Close your eyes, feel the rhythm of your breath, the steady cadence that sustains your very being." As she obeyed, a calm settled within her, an anchor to steady the chaos swirling in her mind and heart. "Listen not to the noise around you, but to the silence beneath," he said, guiding her into newfound awareness. She whispered, "I feel it, a pulse, a rhythm within, though faint and fragile, yet it calms the storm inside." The Buddha smiled, his wisdom radiant, speaking softly, "That pulse is the resonance of life itself, eternally present in all." Within the chaos, he continued, harmony can emerge, like a flower blooming in the cracks of life's harshest pavements. The disciples exchanged knowing glances, recognizing the depth of the teaching embedded in this seemingly simple act of compassion. "Let sound be a guide," the Buddha explained, "not a tormentor. Follow its waves to find understanding and connection." He gestured to the market, saying, "Even here, amid chaos, you can hear the symphony of interconnectedness, binding all beings." As the woman's tears subsided, she thanked the Buddha, her voice carrying a newfound steadiness. Tinged with gratitude, the disciples listened intently, each realizing the power of mindful presence, both in sound and in the rhythm of life. Later, the Buddha spoke to his disciples, reflecting on the lesson drawn from this encounter with sorrow and sound. Each sound we perceive tells a story. Every vibration carries meaning, be it joy, sorrow, anger, or peace. He began, "In the chaos, we must not seek silence but harmony. For existence itself thrives on interplay and interconnectedness," he taught. Like the strings of a lute, he explained, life's tensions create melody, where discord can transform into understanding and growth. The disciples pondered deeply, resonating with the wisdom imparted through both words and the lived example they had witnessed. The woman found her harmony not by escaping sound, but by embracing its rhythm and weaving her heart into it. The Buddha continued, "When you walk through life's noise, do not shield your ears. Instead, Tune your heart to its truth. Each disciple silently reflected on their own lives, their own sorrows, seeking the melody hidden within the chaos they endured. A man among the crowd approached the Buddha and said, "You speak wisdom, yet I fear my life carries no rhythm." The Buddha turned to him, his gaze steady, saying, "Every life carries rhythm, though sometimes our hearts forget to perceive it. Stand still," the Buddha instructed. "Feel the earth beneath your feet and the air caressing your skin like gentle whispers." The man obeyed, and slowly, his breathing steadied, the chaos in his mind fading into a backdrop of tranquil awareness. "The earth pulses, does it not?" the Buddha asked, his voice a gentle guide, coaxing the man into his own rhythm. The man nodded, saying, "I feel it, a connection, like the beating of distant drums. Yet it soothes my restless heart." The Buddha spoke further. "That pulse is life's universal song, uniting us all, an eternal echo vibrating through time and space. Carry that song within you," he said. "Let it guide your actions. For harmony arises when we live aligned with truth." The disciples felt a ripple of understanding, realizing sound's profound impact not only on life but on the soul's resonance. Through the day, the Buddha's teachings unfolded further, rooted in experiences within the village, engaging countless souls in their search. A child, crying after losing her toy, received the Buddha's soothing words, turning her sorrow into the gentle calm of acceptance. An elderly man, whose hearing failed him, found solace in the vibrations of the Buddha's voice, a soundless resonance within. A merchant, frustrated by competitors, sought refuge in the Buddha's teachings, calming his anger into determination's steadier rhythm of effort. By evening, the Buddha gathered his disciples, summarizing the day's lessons through the symphony woven from sorrow, joy, and understanding. "Sound is an omnipresent teacher," he said. "It guides us through our hardships, connects us to one another, and fosters wisdom. Each sound, each vibration, is not meaningless noise but a carrier of truth, a messenger from existence itself." He reflected. "Let sound teach you. Be mindful of its rhythm and embrace it, even as chaos prevails around you." The Buddha advised, "In harmony lies peace. And peace is not the absence of noise, but the rhythm of truth manifest in interconnectedness." The disciples bowed, their hearts full of gratitude, knowing their journey with the Buddha brought not only teachings but transformation. As night fell, the village echoed with serenity, its chaos transformed into a gentle hum of life's interconnected rhythm. Another day, another ascent began as the Buddha led his disciples toward the serene heights of a sacred mountain peak. The sun's golden light bathed the path, illuminating the journey with warmth, as nature's symphony accompanied their footsteps in harmony. Upon reaching the summit, the Buddha stood still, his gaze stretching across the vast expanse of valleys and distant forests. His disciples gathered around him, sensing the profound teachings to come, their hearts open to receive his timeless wisdom. The Buddha spoke, his voice like a gentle breeze. "What you see before you is vast, yet it holds secrets. All existence is interconnected," he continued. "Each echo you hear, each vibration, is a part of the eternal harmony." As the wind carried his words, the Buddha paused, listening intently, letting the moment embrace the silence of understanding. "Listen closely," he instructed. "Can you hear the faint murmurs of the world below, even from this lofty height?" The disciples closed their eyes, straining their ears to capture the faint sounds that seemed to rise from the earth. One disciple said, "Master, I hear the rustle of leaves, the song of birds, the distant murmur of human lives." The Buddha smiled and nodded, saying, "Each sound carries meaning, reaching us as echoes of existence's eternal and infinite resonance. The leaves rustle to express impermanence," he said. a sound born of change, reminding us that nothing remains unaltered forever. Birds sing the song of life's joy, he continued, an echo of creation, urging us to embrace the beauty of being. The distant voices, he added, are humanity's melodies, weaving stories of love, struggle, connection, and the yearning for truth. A disciple asked, Master, why do these echoes reach us even from so far, carrying such clarity to our ears? The Buddha responded, sound is eternal. It does not simply vanish. It journeys, transforming, touching countless lives through time and space. Each word you speak, the Buddha explained, creates an echo. Each action you take resonates, shaping lives in its wake, he shared. Once, I prayed silently for a man in sorrow. Years later, he returned, transformed by the echo of compassion. The disciples marveled at the depth of his teaching, realizing the responsibility each sound and action carried within life's web. The Buddha continued, we must speak with mindfulness, knowing our words and sounds carry the power to heal or harm. In the presence of sound, he taught, let your hearts remain attuned, vibrating with truth, harmony, and interconnectedness of all. As the night descended, stars emerged, their silent brilliance joining the Buddha's words in the symphony of the universe's eternal echo. The disciples remained silent, reflecting on the boundless resonance of their own existence as the teachings imprinted deeply into their souls. The Buddha raised his hand toward the vast sky, saying, just as stars shine beyond sight, so do echoes exist beyond hearing. Each star's light you see, he explained, is but an echo of a flame burning in time's immeasurable vastness. The disciples pondered deeply, realizing that even what seemed distant and invisible carried a presence and power in its essence. To live with wisdom, the Buddha concluded, is to create echoes of compassion, understanding, and harmony that reverberate across all existence. With these words, the lesson ended, though its echo carried on, shaping the hearts and souls of those who heard. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.